What's up, guys? So, anyways, this is more of the truth about me, and maybe someone else, understands my perspective. I'm not the kind of guy nowadays, who goes behind someone's back, especially in a relationship perspective. Like anywhere, you do know what is happening, or the kind of propaganda that is being pushed. You need to have this, you need to sleep with X amount of women to understand women. But look, I understand, yes, sometimes you have to go through some shit in order to understand yourself and to really, know yourself. That's the only way you can know yourself. That is like, it is expected. Failures are expected, but I don't view them as failures. But the main reason why I'm making this video is because I know very well there's some guys, such as myself out there, who still believe they shouldn't go behind a girl's back and treat her like shit. And I know most men will say women are not as good as they are projected to be. They are disloyal, blah, blah, blah. Which is fine. If that's the reality you want to live in, fine. If the reality you want to live in, that women are bad, are disloyal, are whores, fine. Whatever you say and whatever you believe will always manifest. But for me, I say there's still some good women somewhere. Am I looking for them? No. And even if she comes, it's not as if I will push her away, but it has reached a point where there is a lot of, can I call it, mistrust? I mean, people aren't trusting each other for who they are. They fear certain person X is doing something behind their back, so they end up doing the same thing, or they end up not being overtly, clingy, or I don't know, needy, if that's the case, because they fear if the other person gets to know my vulnerable side, they will leave. And if they do, fine. I mean, at the end of the day, they know you, so what have you lost? At least they aren't genuine with you. But I truly understand and I truly believe the era we live in, it is not bad to be vulnerable. You should be soft, yes, and to be vulnerable with specific people. Not everyone, of course. Even your family members, some of them, you shouldn't be vulnerable with them, But the moment you get to see, or you just become too brave enough, because if you want to be viewed as brave, you need to do brave things. You need to be very open to the idea of being vulnerable, because if you become vulnerable, it means I'm sorry to say this, first of all, yes, you need to love yourself. You should not base your love on someone else's opinion, but just not be in a position where a person will determine your fate. I mean, love them for who they are. I don't care if you're a man watching this video or a woman. I don't know if you're Kenyan, I don't know if you're Indian, I don't know. Whatever you are, if you decide to be vulnerable with them, you have to be ready for all, or to expect any outcome, bad or good, whatever you perceive it as. Sometimes, yes, some things do not go the way you want them to go, but you need to view them as a different perspective. View it as, there's something, maybe I need to focus on myself, and maybe I'll get a better thing. Maybe you'll get better. But if you truly believe in your heart, because at the end of the day, the only person who knows if you're in love, I'm not saying being obsessed, I'm not saying being played, I'm not saying all that shit that is usually passed around by, social media and relationship gurus, of whores and social media, the following, all that shit. If you truly know that person loves you and you love that person too, you really have to talk to them as fast as possible, you know. But yeah, I don't know even what I'm talking about sometimes. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I told you, with me, I'm not editing anything. I'm not editing anything. I'm going to be so honest to you guys. And yeah, just if you love them, don't be afraid to say it, you know, because some have this is just the way the universe works. So you just do what you have to do your part, and you'll be fine. That's my message. Just do your part, love them, and you should not care about them, about how they perceive you, you know. And I understand, yes, you'll run the risk of being used and manipulated, but fuck it, you know. Why would you go into a communion with a certain person 50-50? Why? Anyways, that's it for today. I really, today has been a weird day. So yeah, so wherever you are, just if you're in communion with a person, like in a sexual way, in a like bonds type shit, intimate way, be very careful, because if you really want that thing to continue, you need to talk. You need to talk and pray. So ciao.